was a battle. That was a battle. And I give a ton of credit to Hartford and Coach Gallagher. I mean, they didn't give up an inch. They played great basketball. That's one of those games that you say, you know, it's a shame somebody has to win or lose, because both teams competed so hard and gave everything they had in that 40 minutes. And I know how that other side is. I know how it feels. It's not the best feeling. I'm really proud of these guys, because when things went against us, they kept a great attitude. They kept grinding, kept playing, and they didn't get down. They didn't hang their heads once, and that showed our growth and maturity. I'm really proud of it.
Okay, questions for the student athletes and guys. Just pull the mic stands right up to you.
Matt, it seemed like every time out when there was some tussle after the play, you would go over to whichever player was involved and say something. Any particular you said to the players?
I was just trying to keep everybody poised and calm, and we focus on even things that weren't going our way, or if you miss an assignment on defense, or if you miss a jump shot, turn the ball over, to keep a good attitude and just keep playing and just stay poised out there, because if you lose your head in a game like that, it's hard to get back into the game. So you just want to stay calm, and even if things aren't going your way, I was just trying to make sure that we're all just going after the next play.
Pat, coming into the weekend, you talked a lot about defense and rebounding, but you posted 9 points yesterday, 10 points today, 6 of 6 from the free throw line. It seemed that you were a lot more aggressive this weekend.
Well, yeah, it's just it's this time of the year. I guess it brings the best out of us, and yeah, like I said, defending and rebounding was a big key for us, and I feel like that's what got it done tonight. We just kept grinding, and those are our principles, man. We just stick to that. That's our foundation, and I feel like that's going to get it done the rest of the way too.
This is either for Pat or Matt. How does it feel after last year sitting out because of transfer regulations? How does it feel now to play a big part in bringing your team to the title game?
It feels great, man. It's like we said, we like to say it a lot. We don't get these chances back, and I feel like we're taking advantage of it.
And yeah, I mean, sitting out, we learned from some great seniors. We had some great senior leadership last year, and those guys really paved the way for us. So it's nice to kind of come back here and try to do the same things that they had already accomplished, So.
John, I know you don't particularly like reflecting, but the championship game is in BU. You get to play on Commonwealth Avenue again. Any thoughts about that, about potentially getting up into the tournament?
Oh, it's great. Just to get the opportunity. It was a tough game, tough 2 games, tough 2 days, and I'm just grateful that we got the opportunity to pull it out tonight.
Guys, what does it mean after a road tournament and then really playing Hartford on their home floor tonight? What does it mean to be able to go back home now for the championship game, especially after some struggles on the road earlier this season?
I'm glad we got to play in a tough environment, and it's just, I feel like it brings the best out of us. We come a lot closer on the road, and it just prepares us for the worst situations. And I feel like we came through tonight, and we just grinded. And it was a really tough situation. The crowd was really into it. Those guys played with unbelievable passion the whole game, and it's great to play in these environments, man. It shows us what we're really made of.
Yeah, I would just say, going home, we're just looking forward to playing our next game, whether it be at home or away. We're just looking forward to continue to get better and work hard in practice. And if it was at our place or away, we're just excited to be in the championship game.
John, what can you lend to the rest of them? You're kind of the old man. You played in a championship game on national television last year. Now you're going home to do it.
I really don't have to lend anything. They've been through it. They were at practice all last year too, so they know what it's all about. And now it's just, we practice for it every day. So this is what we do. All the running, all the getting up in the morning, everything that we do. This is what it's all for. So I really don't have to say anything. They already know, and hopefully we can show it on Saturday.
John, what do you tell them? What can they expect just from your experience? What is it that is so different?
Oh, I never had a championship game at home, so I know at Vermont it was crazy. But at home, I'm not sure. So I expect it to be great.
To any of you guys, I'm not sure if you know about this, but the last time that you actually went to the NCAA tournament, they were a 2 seed and they knocked off Hartford in the semifinals. Not sure if you guys are aware of that. If you mentioned that or if you think anything of that, but
Thank you for that.
Any other questions for student athletes? Thanks a lot. Oops.
Matt, can you just talk about those 2 3-pointers? I don't know if I missed that before I came in, but huge shots. So just know what's going through your mind.
The coach after the game was telling me that I needed to shoot. So, you know, I was looking for an opening, trying to get my shot off, and you know, DJ did a great job of penetrating and looking for me on the break, and I was able to get to a little bit of space. And I just wanted to do what Coach told me to do, was shoot with a lot of confidence. And so that's what I tried to do on those 2 shots.
Any other questions for the student athletes? Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, this might die out on this, so I might need to correct that in Hartford.
Questions for Coach Chambers?
Now, Coach, you always talk about that imaginary stone, tapping and tapping and tapping it. I remember, actually, so last year, I mean, it broke during the semifinal round of the tournament. Did it break today, or are there still things that your team's going to have to work on a lot in practice?
You know, I give Hartford, again, I give them a lot of credit. They exposed us for some things we really got to work on. We really got to work on. They had a great game plan. And we definitely can get better. We definitely can get better. I mean, I don't even remember the final score, but I don't even think we got to 60. All I know is we were up a couple points, 3 and then 6, I think. So 4 and then 6. And I think there's a lot of room for growth here, especially with our younger guys, especially with our bench. We can get better, and that's the good thing. That's a good thing. And these guys are excited to come back on Tuesday and get better, because that was no celebration in that locker room. That was, you know what, we still have work to do. We still can get better. Let's keep tapping. And for me, that was a big positive.
Coach, can you talk about the first half and what you were seeing out of your group in that first half? That you guys were accurate in terms of your shots, but they were flooding you guys with shots on their end, on the other side of it.
They run Coach Gallagher has great offense, and they execute really well. They're very difficult to defend, so I kept changing defenses to try to keep them off balance, as he did to us. So it's kind of funny, we have the same thought process, the same philosophy. You know, that first half was not pretty. It was ugly. And I thought we played with a little lack of confidence, especially against the 1-3-1. And it's difficult because it's unique and no one really plays it. And I thought it was, again, a great game plan because it took away our drives. And usually we get to the line 20 to 30 times a game. And I don't know what we ended up with, but I know we didn't get to the line as much as that. So, you know, we just got to get out there, play with great confidence, and shoot the basketball. And again, it was 2 teams battling. That was just an unbelievable game to be a part of.
Coach, Mike Terry only played 9 minutes, but he had some really key rebounds in there and really was scrapped out there. Anything you tell players like Mike Terry and Travis Robinson when their numbers called, even though they don't play that many minutes?
Yeah, we talk about it all the time. When opportunity knocks, you got to be ready to go out there and play with a clear head and play with confidence. And I don't tell them not to shoot. I say go out there and play. You got to open shot, you got to stick it. And I think Mike's just playing with great confidence. He's flying all over the floor. He knows his role. That's what's probably the most important thing. These guys know their roles. And if they didn't, they would maybe go out there jacking shots and maybe playing out of what their strengths are. And they're not doing that. They understand. Mike knows he's going to play 10 to 15 minutes. Travis knows it could be a minute, it could be 5 minutes. So they gave us, Mike Terry gave us some really good minutes.
You did actually get to the line 22 times.
Oh, did we? All right, good.
And you made 20. I know that's a big emphasis with you. How do you continue to do it even when they were stopping that penetration like you mentioned?
Well, you know what? I'm thinking the first half we're 4 for 4 from the foul line. And for us to only shoot 4 free throws in the first half is really not like us. And that's, I give John credit because that 1-3-1 was terrific. And Burton up top, you know, he's very difficult, he's long. I wanted to keep driving the ball, I wanted to keep putting it in the post. Matt was hitting his threes, but our other guys really weren't shooting the ball real well. And one guy I want to give a compliment to is Daryl Parton, because, you know, maybe he didn't get 20 today, maybe he didn't get, you know, 15, but he played within himself. He didn't take too many bad shots. He did exactly what I asked him to do today. And I was really proud of him, because some guys put in that situation, you know, he's the dynamic dude, he's the first team, you know, all tournament. You know, you're trying to prove that you're first team all tournament, and he didn't do that. But we got to keep putting the ball inside and keep driving the ball.
Last question, two last questions, excuse me.
You've talked about how young this team is. How important was it for you to see this team rise above the situation? 13 league changes, for it to be within one shot with 2 minutes to go. Let's talk about that.
You know, it wasn't there in the non-conference. It wasn't there in January. It just wasn't there, the maturity level and the leadership. And it just started all coming together after the UNH game on the road, where we really got beat badly. And we came back and picked ourselves up off the mat and said, we got to play harder, and we got to find a way. And that's when the leadership started. That's when the freshmen started to say, you know what, we got to play harder. We can't play like rookies anymore. We got to step up and go make plays. And I think the locker room came together. These guys really love each other. They really care about each other. And that's what I noticed the most. It was the locker room first, and then you started to see it on the floor. And then I pushed them to limits that I don't know if they ever knew they could go. And when I was pushing them to those limits, they kept huddling up. Like, we got it. Stick together. Lean on each other. Everything's going to be fine. It's pretty amazing to watch, to see this transformation in February and March. But, you know, we still got room to grow, and we still have room to get better.
Coach, I know you talked about, you know, Matt, John extensively, but, you know, Pat tonight, I'm not sure who was wearing the number 25 jersey. He's dunking the ball. He's 6 of 6 from the free throw line. Did you see that kind of performance coming offensively? We know he can rebound, we know he can block shots, but being that effective, scoring the ball, and especially from the line.
You know what, I'll tell you this too. There's two pretty good 25s out there today. Marner is a terrific player. He's got a lot of heart. Pat Hazel, when he plays with great confidence, he's one of the best players in this league. There's no question in my mind. The way he blocked that shot towards the end there, I couldn't believe how high he went up to get that, because I think it was on Burton. Burton usually makes that, and we saw it last night against Maine, right down the lane, and he's laying it up. I mean, he's a difference maker today. And for him to make his free throws, he's worked so hard on his free throw shooting. And it finally came together for him this weekend. But he still has work to do. He can still get better.
Thanks a lot, Coach.
Thank you, everybody. I really appreciate it.